That's Monica's line. Okay, so that was... with text tags. We're on part 6, audio. Part 6 of, what was it, 14? Good God. Part 6, audio.
Hallie, I'm feeling a little bummed out right now. We learned about visuals such as background, sprites, and positions, and talked about text tags and arguments in my previous lectures. I feel that something is missing, and I just can't quite put my finger on what it is.
We need to add audio, such as music and sounds, into our mod.
You're absolutely right. No visual novel is complete without music and sounds. Audio is one of the most fundamental features that are required to appear in everything ever, including video games.
Not true, but okay.
Just having the title music play indefinitely or absolute silence will never do for a mod.
Yeah, that would suck, honestly.
Music diversity is what makes many games great. Let's get started. First, you must start from scratch. Allow me to explain before you start throwing things into the recycle bin, because I know you're prone to throw stuff into that trash bucket. I don't know what you keep in there. Oh well, that's not my business anyway. Delete everything under the first line. Let me whip up another scenario.
Poof. Gee, it sure is boring around here.
Salutations, player. Do you want to go see the new Portrait of Markov movie with me today?
Yes or no?
Excellent choice, player. It will be a great movie.
No.
That's too bad. I already purchased tickets for the both of us, and you're the only one who has nothing to do today, so let's go.
Oh, brother.
Go ahead and copy this down word for word. Let me know when you're done.
I copy.
Great! Let's take a look at what's new, shall we? Do you notice the line Stop Music Fade Out 2.0 at the beginning? That tells Ren'Py to stop the music by fading it out for a specified amount of seconds. If you just write Stop Music, this will tell Ren'Py to abruptly cut off the music. Abruptly cutting off the music is good for any scenes where certain characters react to different things. It's kind of funny sometimes, and that's cute. I can't believe I just said that. I also can't believe I abruptly stopped the music. Let's look at the scenario. Yuri wants to take the player to see a movie. If he says yes, then Yuri will be happy. If he says no, then Yuri will say too bad and drag him to the cinema against his will. The last line that appears alone near the end will be read no matter which choice you make. The expression Y7 is the unused yandere expression for Yuri. It actually does make her look furious. Or makes her look furious is what it said. Despite the expression being defined, this asset is never used in-game. I wonder why that expression was never used. Maybe it's better off that we don't see Yuri with an extremely scary face. While we do have the music stopped, it's time for me to cycle through the music tracks. All of the music is defined in the audio section in Definitions RPY. Very quickly, before I do that, let's look over the definitions for our audio. All audio has the extension OGG at the end. Ren'Py can tolerate mod assets with audio files that have MP3 or WAV as their extensions. Our define label is present, so pay attention to that when we add our own music, sounds, or visuals into our mod. Audio tells Ren'Py that it is a sound that's being defined. T1 is the name of the sound. The optional loop argument tells Ren'Py to restart the song from the specified point when it ends. If no loop argument is given or the argument is 0 seconds, then the music fully restarts to 0 seconds. Sound effects are played only once. Regardless, the last thing you need is the location of the sound you are playing. The format is BGM, nameofsong.ogg. What follows are all of the songs that are already defined. I'm not going to include anything related to the song Your Reality because I'm sure you're tired of hearing it over and over again.
Oh, maybe you are.
And S-Kill Early is just a sustained static noise, which does not count as background music.
But it can create some creepy ambience.
Anyway, feel free to listen to a brief snippet from the following songs.
BGM1.ogg.
This song is used for the title screen. This song is used for series scenes. This is the in-game version of the main theme. This song is used for the poem minigame.
Of course.
This song is used for the poem sharing segments. When a poem by Monica appears on your screen, when a poem by Natsuki appears on your screen, but it's merged with Yuri's theme because it breaks Hallie's recording, when a poem by Sayori appears on your screen, and when a poem by Yuri appears on your screen.
We don't need to hear the variants.
This song is used for Nat and Yuri specific scenes. This song is used for intense moments. This song is used after the intense moments end. This song is used for emotional scenes. This song is used for confession scenes.
Dun dun.
This is the music for when Sayori dies, I said with a smile on my face. This is Monica's Space Room music. This is the music that plays after deleting Monica's character file. This song is used for the rare Ghost menu in Act 2. It has a 1 in 64 chance of appearing. That's all of the game's music tracks that are already defined in the definitions file, though some of them are not actually music. Next up are the sound. There aren't any sound effects in this scenario, but they'll be present in the next one. The first 4 sound effects are defined in definitions RPY. These sounds are called
Closet open, closet close, page flip, fall.
The rest of the sound effects are not defined by default. You can define these yourself manually or use the format playSound sfx name.og. These are the other sounds that are heard in game, with some that are rare.
Skill glitch 1, fall 2, giggle, glitch 1, glitch 2, glitch 3. I'm not actually... Wait. This one gets used in an extremely rare scare in Act 2. Interference. Monica pound. M scare. Run. Slap. Smack. Stab. Yuri kill. Crack. Eyes.
That's all the sound effects. Some of these are actually pretty disturbing, but that's what this game is designed to be in a way. And that just sucks. I guess we're done here for now. Let's head back to the room.
No, it's the best part. It doesn't suck at all.
Okay, so let's go over what we learned. Audio such as music and sound effects is the most fundamental feature of any game ever. The music tracks that play in this game are marvelous. We now know the definition format for audio. We need to provide the following: audio, name, the loop argument, if any, and the file's location in the BGM folder. The same applies with sound effects, except you don't need a loop argument and the file's location is in the SFX folder. We'll go back to the definitions RPY file later. There are quite a few more files related to BGM and SFX, but we will need to extract audio RPA in order to view these. We'll need a program that is capable of extracting RPA files. You'll find out why we need an RPA extraction tool very soon. But first, we'll need to cover a few more things. Let me know when you're ready to move on. Thanks for listening.
Well, that was a nice short one. How about those character graphics?
Salutations, Hallie. Today we're going to talk about character graphics. People usually call these CGs. That's the shortened version of the name character graphics. I guess I'll just call them CGs since that's what people prefer to call them. In DDLC there are 10 CGs. 3 for me, 3 for Yuri, 3 for Sayori, and 1 for Monica. The main 9 CGs can be seen in Act 1, while Monica's only CG in Act 3 is basically a freebie. In order to unlock the special ending, you have to see all of the CGs. Some CGs are just plain hard to get, like Sayori's second CG, for example. To see it, you have to write a poem for Sayori twice in succession.
Yeah, because that's like the hardest thing in the world.
Yuri's first 2 CGs can easily be viewed in Act 2 because you're basically required to pursue her in that part of the game. Damn it. The character graphics inner workings can be found in CG's RPY. You can refer to the exclusive scenes for the Dokis in the original story scripts folder. In some of the vanilla story RPY files, there are parts where CGs are about to appear. Before the CG appears, a persistent becomes true. There are 10 persistents that must be set to true in order to achieve the special ending. Otherwise, you just get a farewell message from Monica.
So it seems like there's no music for this part, but that's kind of lame, so I'm just gonna... Well, hold on a second. Let's go back to the main menu for a moment here. We can get there from here, right? Let's go to the main menu. And we'll just continue the game. There, now we've got music. And now we'll just get back to where we were. Yay, not dead silence. Oh, but what did you say before that?
Otherwise, you just get a farewell message from Monica. And that's a bad ending. It's not as bad as the worst ending where you delete Monica before you even begin Act 1. Did I just spoil something? I can't believe I just spoiled an ending. But hey, you played the original game already. However, I don't think you ever tried deleting Monica before actually starting the game.
You underestimate me.
Or maybe you have, I can't say for sure. Nonetheless, I am sorry for spoiling the quickest and worst ending of the game. Anyway, go ahead and open CG's RP1. Don't edit anything, just look through it and I'll explain through what's present. What you're looking at in the file is the inner workings of our CGs. I'll quickly slideshow the base form of each CG so you get an idea of which one to call when you need them. This is going in the order of how they are defined in CG's RPY, even though the order itself is out of whack. Some of these contain changeable expressions, while others don't have such capability due to how they were drawn.
She was saying something there. God, how I love my auto-ending text boxes.
Let me just shut off the lights and...
Why CG2? There's Yuri! How nice. Natsuki CG1. That's it, there she is. And CG2. Getting the books in the closet. Such classic, memorable scenes. CG3. Still unnerving. Yuri CG1. I wonder why they chose this order. Why CG3? Oh. Yeah, CG1. The perspective on this one is just sublime. CG2. What, do I actually have to click this one? Oh no, there it goes. It just lingered on that for a while. CG3. Such sad.
Oh hey, that's you, Hallie. This is the only CG where you physically appear. I think that's it. Let me turn the...
You skipped Monica's. Hold on.
Let me turn on the lights. There we go. What you just saw were the 9 unlockable CGs. Well, the early ones are freebies due to Act 2 logic. As for the others, not so much. The 2 bloody scary CGs known as S-Kill and Y-Kill are also in CG's RPY. Also, the only CG of Monica in her space room, plus its own set of definitions, is located in Original Script Chapter 30. I have decided that I will not show them. It's probably for the best. I know you're probably wondering how you should call one of those basic CGs to appear in your script. It's pretty simple. All you have to put in is show and then the actual CG you want. I'll admit, some CGs do look weird with the base alone. For example, if you want Yuri to look at the camera in YCG1, simply type show YCG1 base and then in the next line type show YCG1 X1. Simple stuff, right? Well, this was a pretty easy lesson. All I had to do was show you the inner workings of the CGs that appear in DDLC. If you want to add your own CG in the mod you're making, we'll go over how to do that later. Besides, the next one will be quite challenging. We'll be covering the poems and the poem minigame. When you're ready, just select the next episode. Goodbye for now.
Oh, they didn't even mention, like, how some of the CGs have, like, extra special effects going on. Like in Yuri's second CG, you can see, like, little flecks of dust floating through the air and stuff and whatnot. CGs are actually quite complicated at times. Poems and poem minigame.
Are you ready, Hallie? Well, we'll be covering all of the most critical information associated with poems today. There's 2 parts to this, so we'll go over everything at an acceptable pace. The first part that we're going to learn about is the poem screen. The inner workings for every poem in the game is found in poems.rpy. The poems themselves are usually defined in the following fields. 1. The author of the poem with defined styles. 2. The title of the poem. And 3. The actual poem itself in block quotes. Yuri 2 and Yuri 3 associate with Yuri's 2nd and 3rd Act 2 specific poems respectively. You can use the file as a base for writing your own poems. In your example mod directory, open up poems.rpy if you have not done so already. Go ahead and create a section for your custom poems by scrolling to the very end of the document and press enter a bunch of times for organization purposes. Put a hashtag in one of your new lines to mark your new custom poem section as a comment. I've stated this before, but putting hashtags before the line will make Ren'Py skip that particular line and assume that it's just a comment.
I don't think you actually did mention that yet.
Comments are pretty handy to make, actually. It's like jotting down notes in your script. Next, I'll show you how to write a poem. Now then, the first thing we need to do is to think of who the poem author should be.
I'm going with Yuri, because I like Yuri.
Well, I'll assume you picked Yuri because she's your favorite Doki.
That is correct.
Or maybe you felt like picking Yuri out of sheer randomness. Nonetheless, I suppose we'll do it then. Being the main focus fact too, Yuri has a lot of poems. However, she still has at least 3 main poems like the rest of us. I won't count the Act 2 specific ones, which are Y22 and Y23. She also has a special poem, Y3b, when you appeal to her 3 times in succession. In the first line, after inserting 4 spaces, type in poem Y4 equals poem, press Shift plus 9 to bring in the left parentheses. Press enter, then in the second line type in author equals Yuri and add a comma at the end. On the third line, write title equals, and then your poem's title in quotes. On the fourth line, write text equals followed by 3 sets of quotation marks and a backslash. Starting with the next line without any spaces at the start, write your poem message.
Alternatively, copy an existing poem and just change everything.
Optionally, between the title and text fields, you can set either Yuri 2 or Yuri 3 to true to make Yuri's poems more scarier. You don't need more and scarier together. Here's a quick tip. If at any point you insert a backslash and the N key together, the text that follows will start from a new line. Inserting a ton of these will allow for suspense in your poems, as the reader will need to scroll down quite a bit to see what's on the other side of the vast amount of vertical space you applied. Once you've finished creating your poem, add 3 pairs of quotation marks, press enter, and after 4 spaces, close the parentheses. If you ever want to call your poem in your script, this is what you should do. Type in call show poem, and then in parentheses,
parentheses.
Put in poem equals and then your poem's variable. Your variable should be either M5, N4, S4, or Y4. If your variable goes under a different name, only use that particular variable. Still, in these parentheses, you can either change or turn off the music by typing music equals and setting it to true or false respectively. The label for show poem is found in poems.rpy as well, so feel free to fill in the applicable variables before closing your parentheses. Or alternatively, you can just close the parentheses immediately after typing in the variable.